I just can't hang out with people like her. She's so religious, like very by the book, so rigid. Like there's no room for spiritual stuff. She can't be spiritual, she's too religious. I just can't stand people like her. They just pick and choose whatever scripture fits their situation at the moment. It is fitting their situation, and they just take too much freedom with religion.
Can we stop doing this? This thing has bothered me ever since I was a child, like an actual kid. It seems like there are two camps. On one side of the spectrum, you have the super religious people, and super religious is a very, I guess, unfair way to describe someone, because what do you call super religious? There are many, what's the criteria, right? But I mean, I think that it's quite obvious what I mean by super religious. People think that because the way they practice their religion is the right way to practice it, then everybody's life should just fit around this narrative that fits them. I mean, I'm talking about any religion. I am a Muslim, so when I talk about my community, but I know that this happens across the globe, across all religions and spiritual schools of thoughts. No one should drift from the scripture if the scripture is the law by which you live your life, but just critical thinking is not encouraged. And I don't want to hear people say, well, of course critical thinking is not encouraged, it's religion and critical thinking are antithetical. No, they're not, but that's another video for another day. They just have a lot of contempt for the people in their community, in their religious community, who don't follow the book exactly as they feel it should be followed. They don't like people asking questions. They don't like people exploring their faith in very personal ways. It's almost as if you are asked not to claim the religion because you're not observing it exactly in the way they are observing it, right? Don't call yourself this because you don't practice it exactly like I'm practicing it. And they just ostracize you and make you feel like you don't even deserve to be a part of the community because your way of thinking about spiritual things and about God and about all these things is too hippie. Like you're the hippie version of their religion, and there is no such thing for them as the hippie whatever of their religion. It should just happen in the way they think that it should happen. You have this group, and then you have the other group that also bothers me a lot. It's the people who like, oh, I'm not religious at all, but I'm super spiritual. I can't hang out with religious people because they are so strict and they do everything. They're very by the book. And I like spiritual people. And these religious folks, they are too involved with the logistics of the religion to be interesting to interact with. I cannot learn anything from them. They cannot teach me anything that is not in their holy book, because their holy book is the only... Why do I pronounce holy like this today? I don't know what's happening. They cannot teach me anything because everything they would tell me is already in their book, in their holy book. I have a very rich inner life, and these people don't have a rich inner life. They wake up and they do everything that their religion tells them to do. But me, I'm very free-spirited and I explore different things, and this is why I'm so rich inside. I don't let a book written thousands of years ago, this is the typical discourse. I don't let this book define me. I know that you can find truth everywhere, and I just can't hang out with people like that. Like, I'm just too spiritual. As if being spiritual and being completely detached from any form of organized religion made them any better. As people, like, their value is more, they just have a higher value as a person because they don't follow an organized religion. When I'm imitating this, I'm not judging any group. I'm not judging the way anybody lives their religion or non-religion if you don't have a religion or you don't believe in anything. It's just the judging that it's exhausting. You have the super religious folks who judge those who do claim a religion but who don't observe it in the way they do. And they tell you that you have no right to claim this religion because you don't practice it in the way they practice it. And then you have the other group who dismisses any kind of interaction with super religious people because, oh, no. They have done away with religion and they cannot have any type of constructive or interesting or enlightening conversation with a religious folk because they're too evolved spiritually and they cannot learn anymore from outdated people, people who still live in the past. It's the two extremes. It's exhausting. You can learn from every single person you meet. You can learn from everybody. An extremely religious person can be enlightened by a non-religious person who's very spiritual, and vice versa. You can have explored every faith in the world, every spiritual and esoteric concept in the world without being attached to any religion, and still have a discussion with a very observant person regardless of the religion, and they will tell you something that will touch your heart so deeply that maybe it will change your spiritual life. So it's not a judgment on either side. Anybody should be allowed to be as religious or as non-religious as they want, but it's the judging, deciding on a value, deciding who's more worthy of having deep conversations with. Just looking at someone before you even know them. You don't even know their name yet. You don't know their story. You don't know where they come from. You don't know anything. But maybe just because you see a girl with a scarf on her head and you think, okay, she's Muslim, she's wearing a headscarf. Did she even choose to wear it? Was she forced? No. I wear crystal bracelets. I could never be friends with her. And same with a Muslim girl. She can be like, no, I have my dignity as and hey, maybe you can't see it, but I'm one such person. Like, I'm a covered Muslim person. Do not attack me. I have no patience. I have no patience for flawed attacks on my person. I have no patience. No, I don't hang out with people like that because they have gone too far astray. Or I'm saved. I could never hang out with someone who's not saved, and vice versa. I have tattoos, and I know that I can't even go to that person who's visibly very religious because they will look at me like I'm the devil, and I'm not saying, I want to be very clear, I'm not saying that these dynamics don't exist. First of all, a disclaimer. I'm not saying that your energy should not match the energy of the people you interact with and you hang out with. I'm not saying that your friends' energy should clash with your energy. You should be aligned, if you want to have good relationships, with the people you are in relationships with. I'm not saying that you should hang out with everyone just for the sake of saying, like, I'm an open-minded person and I hang out with everyone. But I guess that just the message, in case you can tell, the few videos, the few last videos have been very intense in terms of the energy that I talk with when I talk about these things. And I've been talking about religion way more than I usually do. And actually, I never started doing this to talk about religion, about my religion or about anyone's religion. I'm a children's books author and that's my job. But it's just things that I've been seeing for the past couple of weeks that have made me want to bring up the subject of just the way we interact with each other between people who are religious, how they talk or feel about people who are not religious but spiritual, and people who are spiritual and not religious, you know, or people who are both. My whole point is, stop deciding that you know everything about someone when you don't. When you haven't even spoken to them yet. You don't know them if you haven't spoken to them. And maybe in this world we need to go back to the basics a little more. Try to get to know someone before you judge them. Don't decide that this person could never be your friend because of whatever thing you see on them that makes you think that you probably wouldn't give me the time of the day, and same for me. Stop feeling so separate from other people that you don't know. Stop judging people that you don't know. Stop. Just stop. Stop thinking that because you are from a different religion, or because you have a religion and someone does not claim a religion, or because you don't claim a religion but another person does, that you shouldn't even try to communicate or have conversations or create friendships. It's not the point of being spiritual or being religious. You don't wake up every day and practice your faith or practice your spiritual routine to feel better than someone else. You shouldn't wake up as a religious person and say, okay, I did my religious prayer, I'm better than someone who did not do it this morning. Okay, I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. I woke up today and I, did my Tibetan bowls and I wear my crystal bracelets. Oh, I could never hang out with someone who doesn't do this because they're so low vibrational. I hate this term of low vibrational. I know what it refers to, and I know that it applies to some situations and some behaviors, but for someone to openly claim that they're too high vibrational to interact with low vibrational human beings on this earth, I find it crazy. And again, I'm not talking about different energies needing to match so a relationship can thrive, but the use of language like high vibrational, low vibrational. I mean, when you talk like this, you shouldn't think of yourself as too different from historically other people who by definition were quite low vibrational, if you see what I mean. So yeah, that was another late night rant. I don't know what's happening to me these days, and I keep filming rants when I'm just a children's books author and that my usual mood is quite high vibrational. I'm just a very hippie happy kind of person. But yeah, when I see things that really bother me, I have to speak up and say something about them. So this is what I did. That being said, because I don't want to leave everyone on a low vibrational note, I'm just going to come up with a random, very high vibrational conclusion. Okay. You know what? I can just see that you're a very fruitful and very cute individual. Nothing but good things will happen in your life. God bless you, my friend. I don't care what kind of blessings you believe in or what words you speak when you bless yourself and other people, but God bless you, my friend. God bless you. Stay high vibrational, stay happy, stay lighthearted. Do not take life too seriously, because life is meant to be lived, enjoyed, and devoured like dessert. Okay, I think I can stop here. Was this high vibrational enough? I hope so. I have gotten it out of my system. I feel really good now. I can wish you a very good night, a very high vibrational night with high vibrational energies and high vibrational quality sleep and high vibrational dreams. You will spend a good night tonight and you will wake up a good wake up tomorrow. Okay, good night.